Hello. How's it going? Just making sure everything's on. Yep. I realistically should get like a. Oh, you got on there quick, aesthetics. I just came on. Literally 30 seconds. Oh, beat today, but feel a little better. How are you doing? I'm so itchy. Everything's because of winter. Everything's so fucking dry. My worst that gets it. My ankles get super dry, and then my lower back gets really dry. So I try to use like stuff to moisturize it, but it never works. I don't know if it helps, but I know next to the subscribe button there's a little bell. If you click that, you'll get notified. I think a lot of people think they're going to get notified, but they don't. I don't get notified for shit. Like the stuff I want to get notified for never works. I mean, compared to how I was, I'm better. I've got a ways to go, but I guess this is like a window. It's a pretty shitty window, but it's partial. A partial window, and I'll take it. I feel about 18% worse than I did before I fucked up Remeron, so got a little. Yeah, that's stupid shit. Don't help. I don't get it. There's some people I follow and I'm like I don't know I don't get notified for any of them. I've tried to get notified for like 20 different people. I haven't got a notification in a month. Oh well. But anyway, yeah, I try to be on around the same time. So just anywhere from 4:30 to 5 o'clock. Just click on it and see if I'm there. That's about it. But yeah, doing okay. I mean, I it's been since last Wednesday that I went out for work, so I'm sure that helped that I haven't been out for work. Because that always sets me back every time. So basically, I'm going to I have to go back out on Thursday, and then I'll probably take most of the week off after that. I'm still walking here and there. So when I get too bad, I calm down on it. But like when I feel a little better, I still like I go to Target when it's not that busy, and I dodge people. And last time I walked a little over a mile, so that was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, definitely try to distract as much as you can. That's kind of the trouble is the more I distract, the more exhausted I get. If I go out too much, like work today, it's like it's gonna make my nervous system completely freak out. And I never understood why it does the way it does. It's like it won't freak out till like tomorrow. It doesn't make any sense. It always waits a while. I'm hoping it's a little better. My anxiety's been calmer. But in my world, it's still really bad, but it's still better. It's more manageable. Oh, that's great. It's good that you push yourself to do this stuff. There's no way I can get through this unless I can push myself. No, even when it gets so hard. I mean, sometimes I just can't, but I mean, even when it's really hard, I push myself. Like there was, I don't remember last week sometime. I felt so bad. I could hardly get up to walk. You know, it was just so complicated. But I pushed myself to go to Target to walk around a little bit, and I'm telling you, it changed my day to a much better day, which is not always what happens. No, I got what you meant. It's all good. I didn't really think you were pairing some landscapes. Actually, I was like, after I work today, which I actually normally I like leave around 8 o'clock in the morning. I try to get to the store early so I can be in first, and I'm usually there till about 11. But I actually stayed till about quarter after 11. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's extra 15 minutes. I mean, it was kind of cool. I stayed a little later. I could have stayed longer, but I know it will happen. I know I'll pay for it big time. I never got into video games. I kind of stopped at Nintendo. I do have stuff on my laptop. Well, I did, you know, so I had all the Nintendo games, but I never really got into much more than that. It's just too sensory stuff for me. I wouldn't mind having a Wii. I wouldn't mind getting something like bowling. Get me off my ass. Maybe I'll invest in one of those one day. Tennis seems fun. At least I'd move a little bit. I've seen a few Wii's at thrift store, but they were a little too expensive. Especially if there's no returns, I don't want to have to buy a broken ass Wii. It's a little warmer today. It was like 38 degrees, which sounds crazy to some, but here it's warmer. Tomorrow's going to be about 45, and that's the warmest it's been since frickin' summer. So I'll look forward to that tomorrow. Yeah, especially after I cut, and I know my cuts are going to take months and months and months. I need distraction big time. So I might bust out more Nintendo shit. It's not like I don't need the console. I'm just not a huge fan of playing it on my laptop. I have a controller, a USB controller. I had some Sega Genesis games too. That was cool. That was a good system. Oh no, was it? It wasn't Genesis. It was TurboGrafx 16. Remember that? That was a cool system. They had some cool games. There was like Alien Pinball or something. That was fun. I like the old school games. Yeah, I'm kind of a love and hate relationship because when it's winter, I don't have the allergies so much, but I can't do anything, and it's freezing and it hurts. But then once it gets warmer, like the transition from winter to spring is great because there's no allergies yet. You can just go and enjoy the weather. But once the pollen starts going, my symptoms are going to be so much worse. Yeah, I have a little Sega generic system that it's got like 40 games. So it's got all the Sonics. Last time I tried playing that, it was sensory overload. So I might be able to play it now. I don't know. Not sure. Once the graphics got really good and games became more complicated, it just wasn't for me. Probably be worth some money now. The original systems. I just sold a 360 Xbox. I didn't even play it. I had a bunch of games. I didn't even like it. Wasn't a fan. Like to me, that was too much. I think I played golf on it once. Had a bunch of other games. Just didn't really wasn't for me. But I never did get into a lot of video games. Just kind of like the old school shit. The madness in my head, the movement, the psychotic type movement is calming down. Slowly, but it's calming down. I don't even want to have the conversation with my girlfriend that because I know it's just going to bring us down. Um, that my cuts might be every fucking 5 6 months, and more likely 6 months. And if that's the case, I won't be off this stuff for 3 or 4 years. I'm hoping it changes in some time and I get a little stronger as I cut, but I don't think so. At this point, there's nothing more. There's nothing I can do. I have to stop timing it out and just kind of. The lower I get on Remeron is the better I'll feel, but I'll still have the nervous system damage crap from cutting. So it's like some little areas will get better and some things will get worse. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't. Last time I told her it'll probably take a couple more years, she got upset. I'm like, oh man, it's going to take longer than that. Yeah. So there's nothing I can do now. I mean, I just have to accept the fact that cutting now, being this low, is absolutely excruciating, and I have to deal with it. And I can't force it, and I can't make it go faster. There's nothing I can do about it. I wish there was. I really wish there was. I've thought and thought and thought about it. Yeah. But the thing is, it has destroyed me, and it hasn't. I mean, I'm still working to a point, and I'm still able to communicate fine and stuff like that. But it has taken me apart for years, and the only way I'll get through this is if I don't fuck it up. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but these partial windows make me realize that things do get better, even though it's been a long time after that cut. I think it's been 4.5 months. Let's see. 4 months and 12 days. Oh, 13 days. And realistically, it wouldn't just be Remeron. It would have been anything that I got on. Well, you can never say anything's forever. You're not a psychic, are you? I always believe that I'll always have lingering symptoms, but I know once I'm off the medication at some point and time goes by, I'll be much better. But I cannot go off of it. Not yet. Well, definitely fight for that appointment. I mean, if it was infectious or anything like that, you definitely got to get it checked out. I wonder a lot how I'm going to make it through the rest of the taper, but literally, I just don't have a choice. This is my life. This is what I have to deal with. It's going to be a lot of suffering, and it's going to get scary. And it was funny. I think because cystitis, I know they can give you. I had my ex-wife. What did she take? She had cystitis. I gave her something. It was like an antiviral thing, and it helped. So there's things you could do, but yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it. Paying for nothing, it sucks. But at least you're off Remeron. Give it that, you know. I wish I could have jumped off. There's no way. After I over tapered that little bit, I realized what it would do with me because I always questioned if I should just cold turkey it. But after I over tapered a little bit, now I really realized that I can't. Oh my god, it would disable me big time. Oh my god. So it's 0.001 gram at a time. Hell, I'll even go lower than that if I can. Yeah. Nothing we can do about it now. I was just watching this video about this guy tapering Remeron, and he tapered it, and it was horrible. And he said once he got really low, he couldn't even handle it anymore. He had to reinstate. I will never reinstate because the drug doesn't help me. It's not going to help my nervous system, so that would be the last thing I would ever do. The only time I updosed was that one time recent. And honestly, I don't know if that even ever helped. I don't know if I would have been able to handle the cut though without it. So I don't know. But my nervous system was the one that took a hit. The thing is, I've been in this. I mean, it's worse now, but Remeron's put me in such a bad state. There's just nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do about it. Just suck it up. And then when I'm ready to cut, I cut. And know it's going to be a long road for every cut. I mean, luckily I'm not alone, and there's a lot of people going through this shit. Kind of tired of people like always saying the same dumb shit to me. Like, it's hard for me to believe that a small cut like that would make such a big difference, or shit like that. It's like my when I cut, like if I got off of Remra, I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna go. It's gonna cycle through symptoms for months and months and months and months. Just like when I cut, it'll cycle through symptoms, and it'll like one thing will get really bad, and once that starts to go away, another one will come in, and it'll last for months. Sucks. Yeah, I just wonder why they even speak them. You know, that's like if I don't understand somebody's story, I will never like talk down to them about it and be like, "Well, that shouldn't happen." It's like, what do you mean that shouldn't happen? It's like doctors, you know, that shouldn't happen. Really? Oh, that's interesting. Still don't know how I'm going to get through this. I really don't. It's going to be such a wild, long ride for such a low amount of rum. Stupid. I just want to be in the. I don't want to be a statistic and then end up admitting myself to some sort of psych ward because I can't deal with it, or I've gone to. I feel like I've just gone too overboard. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't, but you know, I don't know what my future tapers are going to be like. I'm hoping it's not as bad, but we'll see. Every time I have a nightmare about this whole withdrawal process, it usually always comes true. That's why I've taken it so long and so easy so I could get through it, but it ended up just being fucking hard. I have a doctor's appointment next week. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, but I do want to start getting checked up again. It's been a while. So the only answer I have is, when like anybody I talk to about it, I always say it's not withdrawal. The withdrawal is totally tolerable. It's hard, but it's tolerable. It's the nervous system damage that I sustained from being ripped off benzos and the constant nervous system uh, shit that I've gotten from Remeron. And my nervous system never kicked back from being on that fucking antidepressant that I should have never been on. So it's like the withdrawal, it lasts the major part is like 2 months tops. But like after that, I just go through cycles and cycles of symptoms from my nervous system not being able to get back to where it was. And then eventually it does. But for me, now it's like I have to wait so long. If I never over tapered, my nervous system would have been stronger and I would have still been tapering like normal. It would have still been hard, but I mean, it was way easier. All right, I'm cutting out of here. It's nice chatting with you, Aesthetics. Hope you feel better and get that appointment if you can. We've got 6 people watching right now. Hello, people. All right, you all.